State explained. New Mexico. New Mexico is the 47th state to join the Union. It's the 5th largest, but 37th least populated. It gets its name, of course, from Mexico, which gets its name from Mexico City, which at one point was the floating city of Tenochtitlan, the capital of the Aztecs, which was burned down and rebuilt by the Spanish, who renamed the city to Mexico after the Mexica people, which should technically be pronounced Mexica. And of course, this being a civilization before the internet, there wasn't really a lot of standardization, so Mexica eventually just became Mexica due to misremembering and mispronunciation. Capital is Santa Fe, but the largest city is Albuquerque, which yes, is real, and home to the largest hot air balloon festival in the world. Other notable cities include Roswell, Los Alamos, the other Las Vegas, and Carlsbad. New Mexico has one of the best state flags in the US. It's very simple, it just has a sun on it based off of the Zia people, who are natives here. Santa Fe is the oldest capital city in the US, highest on elevation, and second oldest city in the entire US after St. Augustine in Florida. The Rio Grande, or Rio Grande, or Great River, bisects the entire state. The Pueblo people in their very cool houses actually revolted and won independence from the Spanish for 10 years. Being one of the 4 states that borders Mexico, no surprise there is a large Hispanic population in the state. Wait, that doesn't look right, there's way more up here. New Mexico leads the US in production of chili peppers. New Mexico is the only state that has a state question, red or green, which relates to chili. Which, yes, in the south of the state is green, and I promise it's not relish. New Mexico has the highest rates of people with PhDs, due to many government jobs in the location. But of course, the fancy piece of paper that says you're smart doesn't really help that much, because New Mexico also has the 3rd highest poverty rate in the US. The Trinity test, the first domestic nuclear test, happened July 16, 1945, in New Mexico. And related, New Mexico also leads the U.S. in uranium production. Civil War Union General and Governor Lewis Williams also wrote Ben-Hur. What a crazy life. The famous Pancho Villa raided into the U.S. during the Mexican Revolution for the first time in the tiny village of Columbus, New Mexico, during a larger, what is known as border war. Everyone knows this, but in July 1947, in Roswell, New Mexico, supposedly aliens crashed. And of course, when any small town gets really popular for something, it becomes their entire personality. Of course, the Spanish colonized New Mexico, and it was a very large territory within New Spain and later Mexico. Despite having no real claim to it, Texas claimed everything up until the Rio Grande River, which would be all of eastern New Mexico where everyone lives, including Santa Fe. But in the Compromise of 1850, they only got a little bit of their land, and a New Mexico territory was made, starting New Mexico's rivalry with Texas, with the south of the territory being sort of Arizona for a while until after the Civil War, where the 2 territories were split off. Both of them sort of have their own thing going on, and they're broadly Western. Stereotypes of New Mexico include cowboys, deserts, Roswell, and Breaking Bad. New Mexico tends to be a little more liberal than most other states, but is also a little bit of a swing state. Last time they voted conservatively in a presidential election was in 2004. There has been no presidents born in New Mexico, but some famous people include Neil Patrick Harris, Jeffrey Bezos, Demi Lovato, John Denver. Some notable media set in New Mexico includes The Hills Have Eyes, a lot of Roswell and cowboy stuff, the Breaking Bad franchise, the High School Musical franchise, Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invasion, and the first Thor film. But what do you guys think? You like New Mexico? You from there? Plan on visiting? I leave anything interesting out? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, comment, and if you're new here, subscribe.